These ads that I spent over £3,000 on last month and generated almost $19,000 of purchases for me were all created by AI in 1 hour. I did not review them. It just did all the work, all the market research. The only thing I gave it was actually my landing page. And then the Cloud Code skill that I built essentially did all the market research, understood the customer, read Reddit for frustrations, and came up with ad angles that we could run, and it made me a profitable campaign. And yes, I'm talking about both the copy and the creatives, and that is actually an old version of the skill that I'm going to show you in a second. And to show that it doesn't just work for our business, I actually picked up one product page by Ahrefs. I'm good friends with Tim, and I picked their AI content helper that essentially gives you feedback on your content. And I gave that landing page to my Cloud Code skill to see what kind of ads it would be able to come up with. And it came up with essentially all the ad sets and everything. So the first ad set was like, the score on this SEO content scoring system is broken. It's not correlated with real data like we have in Ahrefs. And essentially came up with all these ad creatives, including some cool ones like Apple Notes, for example, and some quotes, etc., that essentially gives shit to the scoring system in these SEO tools and tell you Ahrefs one is better. The other angle it came up with is that people pay for many tools like Surfer SEO, etc. Like I was paying $228 per month for Ahrefs, for Surfer, etc. But now Ahrefs does everything, and it did this kind of like beautiful one-shot, like Ahrefs does everything for you type ads. Then it did this other ad set where it found this blog post where Ahrefs studied this score against the competition, and it essentially created this kind of comparison, this kind of fake social, this kind of handwriting as well that I think is really good, and quotes, etc., ads that they could run to essentially say that their tool is actually data-backed. Now, to show you how it works, I actually ran it on our own product on AI Accelerator. This skill works with you just giving essentially the landing page. So I did /meta campaign landing page, and you can see it runs through a whole process, but I have a little infographic to show you what it does. It analyzes your landing page. It actually extracts your brand identity. So you can see, for example, the ads from Ahrefs, they actually get Ahrefs colors, for example. And that's because it essentially extracts the CSS, extracts the fonts, extracts the logo, and it reuses them in the creatives. Then it interviews you, so you can see it actually asks me a bunch of questions here. So you can see, for example, if I scroll down, it went to a deep interview and it asked me a bunch of questions, and then I answered these questions. It did 4 or 5 rounds of questions. And after that, it did a customer roleplay, which I think is really cool. Based on the landing page and the interview, it understands who your customer is and it tries to think as them. So you can see it created that customer profile file, for example, that essentially explains how people are frustrated with implementing AI for our target market. Like it's a mix of frustration, overwhelm, and genuine fear. Frustration because I'm a smart person and I feel like I should be able to figure this out. Overwhelm because the landscape changes every week. Very good in terms of understanding what our customers feel bad about, and that's really good background to create good angles for the ads. It also does market research. It reads Reddit and it reads threads of people complaining about things that your product solves. It looks at the competitors' ads as well, and then it gives you a strategy. So you can see that's essentially what happened here. Is here's the plan. I have 4 angles. The burn before, essentially having bought a bunch of tools and it didn't work. The bottleneck, flip the script from AI saves time to AI creates more work, which I hear a lot from customers, so that's good. The 5% filter, where we say we just throw away 95% of our work and only keep the last 5%. And then social proof, which is based on testimonials. So that's pretty good. CBO campaign, 4 ad sets, 4 images each. It really thinks in terms of like structure for your meta ads, which is really good. And then when you approve it, it actually goes ahead and starts creating the ad copy and brainstorm each creative. So you see it has this template like strong copy, handwriting, etc. And it brainstorms what's going to be on it. I told it to use a little bit more varied formats in this case. So you can see it used a bunch. And then I said, yep, okay, go ahead. And it went ahead and called the Nano Banana API and started creating all the ads. And you can see it even made meme ads that are pretty good. It's not perfect. It's not exactly the meme, but to be honest, I think that's a really good ad to run, for example. I would not keep all of them, but some of them are really good. Like this one is nice, actually. Things I wasted money on before finding what works. ChatGPT prompt course, AI automation freelancer, prompt library subscription, 8 AI newsletter, YouTube rabbit hole, 200 plus hours. Then I found battle-tested systems from people who actually deploy AI in real business. Very good ad to run. Then the other one, the bottleneck, you can see it made me an Apple Note, things that broke this week, AI draft, outreach sequence, chatbot, blah, blah, blah. This one is really cool. It did a little messages thread that actually sells the product. So how is the AI automation going? Honestly, I worked on it for 2 weeks. What happened? Now I spend my nights fixing broken workflows instead of sleeping. Have you tried the AI Accelerator? They only give you systems that actually run without babysitting. Again, very good ad for what we're selling. Then the fake Google search is a really good one as well. Why does my AI automation keep breaking? Sounds familiar. I think these are great to raise awareness. And then the testimonial ones, I think this one is okay. A colored one, a device mockup, same teams 3 times the output, that's okay. And a notification, I think this one is really good. Your AI system just processed 47 reports while you were at lunch. See the results, keep running. This is what AI Accelerators members wake up to. So again, not perfect, but honestly, you can just launch this, come back 30 minutes later, and all your ad sets are ready. So if you want to go ahead and build the skill, I actually will link to this in the comments. Go ahead and use this workflow, and then you can pass this to Claude and you can build it. Or if you want the skill file, you can go ahead and join AI Accelerator, and we actually give away all the files actually inside here. So you can just download this skill,